And welcome back, everybody. Thanks for being with us. Just have a 2-minute break just while the team's set up and whilst we get this lobby back up. But guys, the second semi-final. I hope if you're just tuning in, yeah, where were you till now? That's one question. But also, this is Heroes Lounge Rare Cup semi-final between a Division 6 team, Britwing. They're a team of British people, and then they can't spell Brightwing, so they made it Britwing. And then we've got Division 7's sort of creme de la creme, essentially, in Just Cause. Yosh, you've casted a lot of Division 7 and 6, have you not? What do you think of these two
Uh,
teams?
I have definitely casted more Division 7s and Division 6. In fact, Britwing are actually still have a storyline to go into the final wiz. They have been defeated by Quackamole in the group stage to secure their second place in the group and to move out to the playoffs, where they will fight against Just Cause for the final place in the finals. Just Cause
Finals
themselves,
place
the
in
teams
the
that
finals.
the final place in the finals, yes, because there are two places in the finals, and
Okay.
one of them is already taken by Kokomo. Just Cause are 10 match winner in the Swiss, the only team in launch this season to do so. A team that I have drawn the logo for, which is why it looks so bad, and a team that has some very nice engages, as they have shown by beating Beehive, the
I
number one
actually
team
like the
from
logo, Yash. I'm gonna stop you there, Yash. I'm gonna interrupt you. I like the logo. I thought it was quite well thought out actually by the cause and stuff. But anyway, guys, enough fun. Let's head into the draft of game number 1 in the semi-final between Britwing in the left and Just Cause in the right. Now, for those tuning in, you all know you can exclamation mark points. We'll tell you how many points you've got, and you can get your contest up on screen shortly. And guys, bet away! Exclamation mark bet A, and a number of points for the team in blue, Division 6. It's Britwing. Exclamation mark bet B, and a number of points for the team in red. For whatever cause, it's Just Cause. So Yash, who has this for you on paper going into this? I mean, on paper, you'd have to favour Division 6, right? But Division 7 this season have shown some very good matches so far in the Rare Cup.
On paper, if you know simple math, you know that 7 is bigger than 6. Therefore, a Division 7 team is going to beat the Division 6 team every time, and Just Cause are definitely not gonna stop. They have beaten Beehive, who are our first place team from Division 6. Let's not forget. Their only defeats were to Facepalm Tacticians and to Stray Dogs, I believe, in the Swiss. Stray Dogs obviously not being able to make it to the playoffs, but Facepalm Tacticians have just been defeated by Quackamole. Cassia playing being banned out by Just Cause, which is very interesting because they usually do like the Cassia on T Forever. Dasterize being gotten rid of her, his Deckard by Britwing is very smart. We did see that Deckard absolutely obliterate the teams with his sleeps and almost winning the entire game on Doom's the Spider Queen last time around. This time around, we are playing on Towers of Doom, by the way, with Lunara being the second ban against Just Cause.
Yeah, and guys, interestingly, we've got a team of Brits, and they've got the T Forever and the Earl Grey on the other side. So apparently, the teams were joking around in the chat before the lobby, and they were saying, "Let's fight for the T." So they don't actually care about the Rare Cup. It's all about the pride of the T. Who wins, the Brits or the T holders in Just Cause? But we see Anduin being banned out now against Britwing. Now Anduin has been picked 15 times for them, and they've got a 100% win rate. 100% win rate across 15 games on Anduin.
Look,
That's
sometimes you just have to win some games, right?
yeah. You pick Anduin, and you win, I guess. Anyway, we should see Johanna being picked first here. Johanna's not their most favoured tank though. ETC has definitely been their most favoured. Chana second with 8 picks, but on the other side it's Leoric, and of course it's Rhaegar.
And the Leoric is here because Towers of Doom. You do double soak. Earl Grey usually an aficionado of Imperius, whose love for W and level 1 is wildly known, and I have said stuff about it at least 15 times this stream already, but I will not stop because it's so memeable. Picking up the lyrics this time around just for the double soak value because you do want to get those creeps.
Yeah.
Malfurion and Mephisto chosen on the left. Mephisto, not a pick we see often.
No, I would have loved to have seen the Anna with the Mephisto as well. Nano boosted Mephisto, lands a decent Durance of Hate, and the Mephisto just absolutely pops off. But Anna so far doesn't seem to have much love in Division 6 and 7 in this Rear Cup. But we do see Malfurion, their second most picked support, with 8 picks and a 62% win rate across them. So Britwing going for the comfort picks here for them. And we see the Zul being banned out. So they take the Leo and they ban out the Zul. Are we going to see a Malthael on the other side, or even Blaze now since he's reworked? He can double soak as well.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. But yeah, Britwing going for the comfort picks, definitely like it. There isn't a lot of ways you can defeat the teams that is better than you and the teams that is that much better than you on paper. But in practice, they can step up. The players of Britwing can step up. Just Cause can crumble, and picking something that you are comfortable with, picking something that you can definitely execute 100% of the time is definitely, I think, is the right way to play. If you are just gonna try to win, try to secure some games for yourself. Greymane being banned out, Vala being picked up alongside the ETC, which has been unnoticed throughout this draft so far.
Yeah, I was going to say, ETC is a tank that both teams seem to enjoy, but Just Cause actually love the ETC. 16 picks and an 80% win rate for them, so they do heavily favour it as well. Obviously, Lenara is their more favoured AA hero, but Valor, they've also played 7 times this season, and they've won 71% of their games on that. But we do see it's the Maiev coming in and Dahaka. Dahaka will struggle to double soak, can do it, but obviously you usually need to get movement speed, and it's just a bit more tricky than obviously Leoric post 4. But with the Maiev, this could be deadly onto the Valor Rhaegar in the
We
backline.
actually have seen a Dihaka in game number 1 of the day between Unleashed and Quackamo, where Unleashed played as the Dihaka, but in that game Leoric was banned out and Zul was banned out as well, so the opponent did not have a lot of options that can reliably wave clear a lot. Rainer being our last pick, Chaskos preferring to play a little bit safer with their backline. Usually they do like the explosive stuff, like the Leanings, like the Cassius, which is banned so far. They also like their testers, but so far just preferring to go with the auto attacks and Zrager to Bloodlust. Synergize quite well together.
So guys in chat, last chance to get your bets in. We've got 50% of you, exactly 50% split so far on Britwing and Just Cause. So last chance to get your bets in, make sure you do. The betting will be closed shortly when the game starts. Now you can't see this, but Team Portrait Synergy on the side of Britwing gets a big fat F from me, a fail. But this Portrait Synergy on the side of Just Cause is perfection.
Ah, yes. Finally, fellow connoisseur of the portraits in just metric, the most important metric in the entirety of Heroes Launch.
So, guys, game 1 between these two. The last hope for Division 6 actually rests on Britwing's shoulders, but let's head into the game and introduce the teams.
Prepare yourself for battle.
Will it be or a not yet banned May Townsend spoken fresh in the chat?
So,
Obviously
for
correct.
the left-hand side, the team in blue, it's Britwing, it's Jamboz 1300 on that Johanna, it's Jones on Malfurion, Sam H on Mephisto, Sangrenid on Maiev, and Barney on the Dahaka.
And on the right, we have Norak playing ETC Dusterize on Rhaegar, T Forever playing already Nor, Leoric being played by Earl Grey, and Hedon on Vala. Why are they here? Just cause.
I was waiting for like something to continue there, and then it sort of clicked. I was like, just cause what? But now I get it. Well made. Level 1 talents coming in. It is Vala with the Hot Pursuit, and it's going to be Jimmy with the Exterminator on that side. And obviously Maiev does have a banned level 1, so not going in. But meanwhile, Maiev with the Tether, straight away. We see a lot of action here. Mephisto dashing in, landing the Qs. Mephisto landing the Ws. And both teams have a nice little skirmish. And meanwhile, that was a 4v5 in favour for Just Cause.
And with the early brawl ending in no kills, despite being very promising for both sides, We do see the teams just go to the bot lane, get the waves there, move back up mid, try to collect the experience before your offlaners remember how to soak properly, which usually happens around level 4 when they get the talents that actually allow them to soak. Yeah,
But
the
they
camp.
are going to miss out a wave on bot lane for this. We do see Mayev coming down now. Is she in time to catch the experience? It looks like they missed one minion, so it's not too bad. But we see the camp being started now for the red team. Camp being started for the blue team as well. But it looks like the red team, they're going to try and march over here. ETC going up to catch mid. And no, they don't decide to invade. They're happy to just contest.
And yeah, both of the camps taken, both of the camps are gonna move down the lane. And the Britwing moving to the mid lane to try and get a slight lead in the XP there, while Just Cause more certain on making sure that their sappers will do damage as well.
Yeah, Mayev coming down for the flank now. Mephisto going in aggressively on that with that W. Obviously to go into the Furious Spark. So W build was slightly nerfed, I believe, in the last patch, correct? Just slightly.
Not quite sure.
Oh, Mayev going in for a big tether though. Doesn't actually land it. Only onto ETC. The root coming out though as well. The slide back from ETC. Not quite catching here. ETC, can he get taken down? But meanwhile, you just see Reyna and Vala just shredding away on the blue team here.
I have some concerns about the amount of damage that Britwing can produce, because so far it is not enough to kill targets, which is definitely somewhat sad. And the damage on the side of Just Cause is a little bit more reliable and something that I'm a little bit more knowledgeable about. So a little bit shaky the setup of Britwing seems for me, but
Meanwhile, we see so much damage going down onto this bot control. We do see a dig from Dahaka coming down here. The tether from Mayev, the root from Malfurion. You can see the Q after reset here. But still, no one falling down. They desperately need to try and get a kill here. But meanwhile, Leoric comes down now for that flank. The Mephisto going in, desperately trying to get us a kill. And somehow, the red team just lived there.
thanks for
And meanwhile,
proving
Dahaka
the point.
used the dig as well. So no dig available to go back to the top side.
And Yambo's gonna take the bot Ultra while Leoric and Maiev rushing up to trade those two altars up top. So despite not actually getting anyone in the fight, Britwing will still force their opponents to get low enough so they will not continue to fight, which does allow them to take the bot altar.
Yeah, Mephisto taking a lot of damage here, but the slide for ETC knowing where he's going to come back here. You see T Forever on that range, just shredding away onto Mephisto, but Malfurion with enough heals to keep him alive.
And Maiev going for a cheeky camp up top, not gonna get noticed by the Leoric just yet, and just gonna get taken by Britwing. Usually not a lot of teams go for that top camp, but I'm not quite sure why even. So camps down bot, playing once again, Best Rise, Hidden, and T Forever already moving for the camp of their own, Sanguinary and Camp Boss. On the blue side, starting just now, which does provide just positive.
Yeah, but the slide onto Mephisto there, and Mephisto gets taken down. It's first blood of the game, 4 minutes in, and we do see ETC trying to contest the camp, but the root from Malfurion able to zone him away there.
And yeah, so far the XP lead is there for Just Cause, because they do get the first blood, they do get the experience from the first blood, and they do get the low lead now. Norak gonna not get rooted because he got rooted previously, and gonna get tethered back. The sappers doing a bunch of damage to the to the tower, which looks significantly worse than the other one on the side of JC.
Yeah, and we see often pre-level 10, I think the blue team are going to struggle for that engage. I think post-level 10, you're going to have the Warden's Cage, you're going to have the Durance of Hate, you're going to have Blessed Shield, Twilight Dream as well, probably, right? And I feel like the damage output then will heavily scale here. So do you see commitment in the mid lane, trying to take out the Leoric, but Mayev dodging out, using her Vault of the Warden there to dash out from the ETC stun.
And you can't exactly get down the Leoric. If Joanna is faster, she will be able to take the altar before T Forever gets support, but nope. Gets denied. That's only three, and that's kinda unfortunate for Britwing, who now have to fight for the altar on the side of Just Cause if they want to stay ahead.
Yeah,
Wow.
Just Cause just playing really good heads-up play here. They're controlling this bot tower extremely well in the early game. It's 5 minutes in, and they secured their bot bell tower. Now, essentially now you just want to camp in the bot lane while Yorick double soaks and you just defend this for the rest of the game. That's essentially it. And ECC slides in. No follow-up there though, so could take a little bit of punishment, but obviously Johanna really struggles pre-level 10 for any sort of engage.
I think the main issue there is the difference of mindset between those two teams, because Just Cause has their eyes on the prize, and Britwing are on their own trying to just take their composition and try to find picks around the maps. That pick on T Forever was close to being done, but was not good
We see
enough.
Bloodlust coming out there with that level 10 advantage, but Bloodlust not really getting anything done, but it did secure to make sure that no one else died as well. So, okay, but now they're just going to march down this mid lane and we're going to try and take this mid bell tower.
I'm sorry, I have to clarify. Did you just say Lucio Bloodlust?
Lucio Bloodlust? No, there's the Bloodlust.
Oh god, I need to replace those ears after a long day
So-
of Division 7 teams battling it out against Division 6 teams and winning so far. The only reason why Britwing are a Division 7 team in the semifinals, because there was one matchup where there was a Division 6 versus Division 6. Anyway, we're putting the mosh pit on 3, but there's not enough follow-up for it, and the camp is still gonna get taken down by Britwing. The Vessel of Hate, however, the Vala and the Rhaegar are gonna get killed, and Britwing finds their fight as soon as I start slandering them. Is this a Caster's Bless?
I mean, it's the level 10, right? I said, pre-level 10, they're going to really struggle. But at level 10, they get that Warden's Cage, they get that Endurance of Hate, and then Mephisto and Maiev are just going to pour out damage onto Just Cause there. And that's exactly what happened. Well played by Britwing. Obviously, they are still a bell tower down in the mid lane, but we see Maiev going in again for the tether, landing onto Earl Grey and T Forever. But it looks like they're able to go away. They're trying to kill the two T's here. Britwing and Mephisto secures the kill onto T Forever. The Brits definitely want their T back.
Well, you know, a Brink is gonna be able to do anything for his team, and so far, Just Cause are fighting very nicely, don't get me wrong, they are doing quite a lot of great things, but even if they are only losing 3 damage with each subsequent altar captured, they will eventually lose the game, because 3 is more than 0.
Eventually, they'll get worn down and they will lose because their core will fall to 0. Heads up knowledge from Yosh there.
Well, look. 3 is less than 4, but 3 is more than 0. That's the point. Like, you need to take those numbers if you want to get the game, or take the boss, or do something else on the map. And unfortunately, Just Cause were able to take the towers when it mattered, were able to take the towers and reduce the damage to their core, but they are still receiving damage.
Yeah, we do see the best shield engage here onto the Reyna as well. The stun from Dahaka coming out, the root from Malfurion, and they secure the kill onto Reyna. Did get Hyperion out just before he died though, for value.
And I think that's where the playstyle differences and the mindset differences do come up as well, because Britwing are trying to get picks around the map, and they get the picks, and with the numbers advantage, they can.
Oh, but the big boy Warden's Cage from Maiev again, and landing on Rhaegar. The Endurance of Hate coming down as well, and it's going to be ETC and Rhaegar get taken down. Bloodlust not being able to use it, neither was Moshpit in that team fight. And this looks like they're going to secure these next 2 altars.
Exhibit A, this fight. Britwing gets their 2 picks that they need, so Just Cause will not go and fight them for the altars, and they go and take the altars, they go and send damage into the enemy's core. Just Cause are focusing on trying to take the towers down, but it will not do any damage to the core of their opponents. They aren't moving to try to win, they are trying to lose less even. What?
And we see the double channel going through for Britwing here. So 31 shots on the core, 31 points on the core for Britwing versus 18 on the core for Just Cause. They seem a little bit desperate now. They're coming down. There's certainly around us 5, and we see Johanna go for the stun in, but meanwhile Bloodlust coming out and the Mosh Pit. But can they turn this around? No. Blast Shield or interrupts available here. They condemn the Maiev tethered on top of this. No one is dead yet. Dahaka meanwhile comes down, lands the isolation, and it's Malfurion that goes down. The strafe coming out, secures the kill onto Johanna as well. The red team fell extremely low in that fight, but unfortunately for Britwing, Just Cause seemed to take that team fight 2 kills to nothing in that fight.
And Just Cause finally managed to take the fight. I don't know if that was because Malfurion left right before it or something else, but yeah, they do get a fight, they do get something back, and they do get a little bit of confidence as well with that. Because you break the momentum of the enemy teams, you can try to fish for any additional kills afterwards, because Barney XX not looking too great there. You actually get forced down.
Barney tried digging out there. I love the animation of the hacker when he's trying to burrow out, right? And you see people surrounding him. It looks like a little, oh, I don't know what the animal's called. But he just tries to bury in the sand sort of thing. It's like a little
Meerkat.
scuttle. It's quite funny. Yeah, almost like a little meerkat. And
Well,
yeah, anyway. But
they
they do
might be breaking, but at the moment they tried to quack them all and were. Well, sorry.
But big tether and cage again, and Mayev just getting Q after Q after Q reset here. The Durance of Hate landing onto 3 people here. But again, no one's quite dead yet. ETC is falling extremely low, but they need to try and focus fire here because they're going in aggressively onto the Rhaegar. Was that a B step?
B steps are allowed. I have checked with ruling, and B steps are not banned. Uh,
Anyway, we see Dahaka digging top though and securing the top altar, but we do see a pause coming out.
and
So,
yeah, once
guys, what a
again,
game so far though, Yosh. How are we finding this game so far?
Just Cause went in to get the fort after they won a fight. But Britwing find the fight before the objective, win a fight, and now they're just gonna go for the objectives because they have a numbers advantage. This entire game, it's the same exact scenario. Just Cause win a fight, they go for towers, they go for structures. Britwing
Yep.
take a fight, they go for core damage. And simple math, like 3 is more than 0, so Just Cause are eventually just gonna die.
Yeah, so it looks like we just got 1 DC from one of the team members, so it's a 3-2-3 pause at the moment. So guys, how are you finding it so far in chat? It seemed to be an even split in betting from the beginning, but from the comments I've been seeing, a lot of people didn't think that Britwing would show up this well so far. And yeah, pre-level 10, it was definitely looking a bit yikes for them, right? They were losing Bell Tower off,
Well, I mean,
fort after fort, but essentially, as soon as they got level 10, they kind of just popped off.
let's also consider the fact that Just Cause are actually the crowd favorite to win the entire competition. Harris has linked to me the results of the crowd polling during the draw show, and Just Cause are first with 16.9% of the vote. Beehive were second, but Beehive were obliterated in the quarterfinals 2-0, and it wasn't even close. So Britwing, with only 6% of the vote, are still finding their way back up to try and emerge as our sneaky underdog.
Yeah, and wasn't I think Just Cause were the favourites, right, on paper, were they not, or was it the Division 6 Unleashed?
Unleashed are second team of
Oh,
Division.
Division 7.
Yeah.
Sorry, the other Division
Beehive
6 team.
and Beehive and Just Cause were the two favorites, and that's why their quarterfinal was very hyped up. But unfortunately for Beehive, they did not exactly show up at all, and Just Cause somewhat rolled over their opponents. Which is why it is so weird seeing them lose that hard so far. Like they almost are at half each.
Yeah,
their
it looks
opponents.
like we're about to go back into the game, though, guys. Both of the teams are ready, so let's head back into the action here. So Alto being channeled by the hacker, obviously dig in the top side just to be sneaky here. We see a big entomb coming out here, but actually this Dahaka is just going to be able to take the other altar again. And it's going to put them down to 12 shots on the core.
Well, that's gonna be 26-12, and yeah.
Yeah, so we're back again. Sorry, guys. It looks like one of the players is still having some issues, and we're going to have to restart their game. So just bear with us while we sort that one out.
But
So
there is a nice thing. Apparently, Just Cause just managed to secure one of the altars, and while they are trying to trade altars, at least they are getting advantages out of the structures that they have taken around the map. The issue is they usually don't do it.
yeah, So unfortunately, it looks like if it's the Malfurion player, so it's Jones, the guy in Twitch chat that's been commenting and been watching it. Obviously, most of these teams have been watching the earlier series. You can get to find out what your opponents play. Obviously, they might pull out some sneaky strats for the cups. Obviously, because they know what's going to be banned out from the regular season, so you might try and practice something different for the cups. And so far, we've had a pretty good series on our hands.
And apparently the tech timer has been started, which always a sad time when it happens, but you have to ensure that the tournament continues somehow. And yeah, as of now, very nice game from Britwing. Very happy with how they are doing at the moment. Malfurion, by the way, going with Broccoli on level 4, already having 30 stacks of damage on it.
Anyway, guys, I don't know if you've all seen it, but obviously there was an announcement recently that on the Saturday, the 8th of August, Heroes Lounge will be hosting a charity stream, guys, to raise money for the Stephen Lawrence Charitable Trust and Gendered Intelligence. Now, you can join the Just for Fun tournament at the Heroes Lounge website. To assist in the raising of funds for this charity event, obviously it's all for charity, all proceeds will go to charity. We're asking for a small entry donation of €10 for each team. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's a whole schedule to be had. I think it's in the Heroes Lounge Discord as well. But check out the website, check out the blog post, and yeah, make sure we hopefully see a lot of you there. It's being hosted, I believe, by Fictional and Skylaw. So
And
well done
teams
to them.
seem to be ready for the games. Let's see.
And we're back into the game, guys. It looks like Malfurion's problems have been fixed, at least for HOTS anyway.
So he actually managed to revitalize and innovate his PC, as the chat suggests. Thank God, chat, the facepalm technicians managing to save Jones in this particular occasion.
Yeah, Last Shadow Writer, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime. Thank you for the support. Obviously, without all the support, Heroes Lounge couldn't continue to exist in its current format, so thank you very, very much. And you're casting the grand final with myself in a moment, so thank you.
I can leave you with a room. Yep. I actually.
But anyway, back to the game. We do see the mid bell tower again being focused here. Just Cause trying to take an advantage here. They did take the bot, it's defended out, retaken by Britwing, and then they go mid. But they did use Hyperion to secure that fort there.
Well, look, you aren't gonna not use it, right? You have to use it somehow and sometime. So it works, I believe. Anyway, so camps
being taken by both.
Yeah,
camps being taken by both teams. Now, level 20s will be the experience is identical, so no level 20 advantage will be for any team. But meanwhile, the hacker taking a lot of punishment here.
Jones leaving the match once again. That sucks. Burning attacks, losing a lot of HP, but being able to pop the essence and survive. Jones rejoining the match, and the lags might have been
yeah, but now they are going to give this altar up for Just Cause. So Just Cause with the channel are going to fire 5 more shots and put Britwing down to 21 points on the core for Britwing. So 21 shots versus 12.
And Just Cause finally are starting to get any advantage out of the structures that they have taken on the maps. The things that I have been talking about like a madman for a while already. Finally,
secure
what they are doing.
They do escort the sappers in, so again, just about a third damage done to this bottom bell tower, but we are going to see, it looks like Britwing want to try and fight here. Maiev seems to be the big engage here with these tethers, and she goes in aggressively here, landing the tether onto 2 here, but meanwhile it's the mosh pit in the backline. It's a big boy mosh pit onto 4, the cleanse from Rhaegar as well. What a mosh pit. The Entomb coming down on top of it. The Endurance of Fate tries to turn this around, but it's Maiev and Malfurion that get taken down. Malfurion not even able to press Tranquility. He was just deleted in that mosh pit. So it was a good engage by Maiev. The hacker comes down as well, but he's just taken out. 3 kills to nothing in that team fight. What a mosh pit by Just Cause.
And that is why Just Cause have 10 victories in the Swiss, and that is why Just Cause have not dropped a single match so far. They do find the way into the team fights, and when they get their team fight, you are done. Wow, what a fight. What a match.
More like an absolute beast on ETC. Get it? Anyway, they do take the bot fort again. Obviously, the control from Just Cause this game has been Crazy how much they just prioritized and opened up the map, essentially, taking this mid and bottom fort now. So, level 20s are in for them. There's still going to be 18 seconds left on Dahaka to come back. Won't have Dig available either, I think. So, this is going to be 6 shots fired onto the core of Britwing, putting them down to quick mass 15.
House of Doom, one of the 2 maps in launch that forced players to learn some math, the other one being Tombs of Spider Queen, which I believe we have watched a bunch of time already as well. And yeah, that's the game is suddenly heating up as Just Cause finds their ways to move back into the game. Norak pressing, getting the death mosh on himself to try and secure those fights even when he dies, which is a very nice lateral thinking in my opinion, because both Maiev and Dihaka need to keep their targets close for the lockdown to occur.
Yeah, we see Earl Grey on that Lyric. They're looking for that big Silencing Tomb. Obviously, level 20s are in. Does get the Silencing Tomb, but it's only also Johanna who walks around out. Meanwhile, Barney on Madahaka is taking a lot of punishment here. The Bless Shield coming out, the Endurance of Fate on top of it here. The Iron Skin from Johanna, the big boy Warden's Cage from Maiev. But again, Norak with these mosh pits. They're huge. Absolutely disgusting mosh pit again. Takes down 3 members of Britwing. Norak, take a bow.
And Just Cause waking up, stopping to send back after this pause. Someone call 3-3 because holy. Yeah, that's definitely a comeback. 12-12 is the scoreline. We have essentially evened out, and now the fact that Just Cause are taking those additional structures on the map does help them finish the game out in so many more ways than their opponents.
Thank you, Sonny P, for the subscription as well, the Twitch Prime again. Thank you, AFC Heroes Lounge. Really, really appreciates all the subscriptions, etc. Keeps us going. Thank you.
And yeah, that's going to be 6 shots per Ultra, which does mean that Just Cause can just take both of those Ultras and claim GG for themselves. Go to map number 2.
Yeah, it does look like it is a disaster for Britwing here. They're going to have to make their final stand here. And we see Malfurion and Mephisto coming in. The Silence and Tomb though straight away onto the Mephisto. The Bloodlust coming out here. Mephisto Silence does get the dash away. The Endurance of Hate coming back out actually onto 3 here, but can he get anything done? No, it looks like he's taken down. We do see Maiev coming down here, Q after Q, but it's not enough. Malfurion goes down. It looks like Britwing are going to get taken down here. But meanwhile, Johanna, she has anything to say about it. She's trying to, she does pop, is that Blinded by the Light? Yeah, Blinded by the Light from Johanna. Trying to keep him alive, but the GGs are coming out already. Sanguinaire doesn't care about his KDA. He goes back in. He wants to farm hero damage.
And he forever was his favorite aggressive offensive GG, knowing that you might be the Braids, but that does mean that you can't beat T. And that's going to be our map. Number something. I don't know. That's map.
Yeah, GG, well played. Map 1 going over to Just Cause, but what a game. Britwing showed up with life. I think a lot of players in the chat, so a lot of viewers, thought that Britwing wouldn't show up that well against Just Cause, but guys, we've got a semi-final on our hands here. A rare semi being shown right here. We've got 15 kills to 8 in that game, and damage numbers, you can see top in the charts was Reyna and Mephisto. Now, Josh, you were concerned why they didn't have enough damage, but were you relieved at level 10 when Britwing did pop off?
Yeah, that was definitely a show. They stepped up and they managed to try and get they managed to get themselves on the board, and they managed to get ahead, and quite a little bit ahead as well. But unfortunately, Just Cause getting their power spikes later in the game, and just 2 big boy mushes from Norak absolutely stepping up. In Twitch chat, if you want to thank him, just add GT forever, because apparently those 2 guys can't figure out which account is which, so they play on both. So I don't know how it works. Yeah. Shoutouts to Leoric for not using his passive once, dying 0 times in this bloody game. And wow.
Yeah, no, it was a really, really good performance by Just Cause, but also a really good performance from Britwing as well. We do not count them out just yet, guys. It was just a couple of brilliant mosh pits by Norak. You know, that mid-team fight, again, both engages looked exceptionally good for Britwing. They get the Maiev tether, they get the big Warden's cage down. I think I'd have liked the Twilight Dream. I think you'd have had an extra mosh interrupt as well. So for me, I think the Twilight Dream could have potentially changed it slightly, but obviously we're doing this with the benefit of hindsight, so it's a difficult one to judge. But map number 2, do we know where we're going yet, guys?
No, Britwing are in fact taking the time between the maps to check on the technical issues which we have seen in game number one, and which might have been one of the causes of that comeback. Well, one of them, because the main cause is definitely Norak stepping up, getting some very nice flushes, and the team just following up in their favorite Just Cause
Yeah,
way, go in, obliterate opponent, win Gaiam. And
yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. But we could cover off the map bans that we saw that we didn't really get a chance to cover off previously. So we did see, okay, we did see Just Cause they banned out Infernal Shrines. Britwing banned out Tomb of the Spider Queen. We responded with a ban on Sky Temple, and then obviously, of course, the map that nobody likes except Yosh, Braxis Holdout was banned out by Britwing. And then obviously we went to Towers of Doom for the first map, so we're
well,
just waiting to see if Britwing want first pick or map pick now. They did have some technical issues in game number one. As you can see, the Malfurion kept disconnecting, etc. And then it was a 3-2-3. Pause almost as Just Cause turned it around after that.
kinda sad. Teams never pick Brax or hold on to the beacon. But we go for first pick, says Sanguinard, the captain of Britwing, which does mean that Just Cause will be the ones choosing our second map. And I actually have some stats on that. They like picking Ultrac, they like picking Cursed. And I believe both of them might be banned. I'm not quite sure yet. No, Cursed Hollow is up, and they have quite a spicy spread for Cursed Hollow, actually. I'm gonna keep it a secret.
What's the secret? Are you keeping it a secret, or are you going to share the secret?
The strat, I will keep the strat a secret for you to react to it
They
after.
also like playing Ultrac Pass as well. So they do like the bigger maps. It seems they do like Curse six picks by Just Cause and 8 picks on Ultrac Pass as well. On the other side for Britwing, they have played Ultrac Pass 4 times with a decent win rate on it as well. But they've only played Curse. They played Curse 7 times as well. So both teams seem to like Curse and Ultrac Pass for whatever reason.
Which is interesting, right? Just cause teams that goes for those teamfight blowups and absolutely obliterating the enemy in those teamfights, liking bigger maps instead of the smaller maps, which would introduce a lot of brawling to the game.
Yep, I kind of agree with you. But guys, what we're going and it's going to be Cursed Hollow for map number 2. So we just talked about Cursed Hollow, right? We just talked about how the teams have played it.
Yep.
You said you know a secret strat that they have from Just Cause. Is that correct?
Yes, Just Cause have well, that's actually an interesting way to find out an interesting look into Just Cause because we, as Hots Musical, have been screaming them a lot. As you might have known, we have not won any of those screams, as you might have expected. But once they were preparing for Ravenclaw Reboot, a team that was supposed to be the greatest team ever in Division 7, but that disbanded throughout the season, um, they have picked up a very cheeky strat from Ravenclaw Reboot that they have used in earlier
Oh,
matches. But since then, Ravenclaw Reboot is no more, and we can pretty much call it a just cause strat at this point. Also,
sorry,
can you please stop laughing? Um,
sorry.
Division 7 lore is important, damn it.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're just waiting on both teams to be ready here, but we're having a good time. Obviously, as you can tell, I'm sure, and I hope you guys are having it as well. There will be a contest on screen once the lobby is started. Excuse me. So you can exclamation mark points. So how many points you've got, and then a moderator will start the bets when needed. Only once the drafting has started, though, so it won't be any betting before that. But hopefully, we won't have any sort of issues around disconnecting this game, Yosh.
Well, let's see. The teams definitely sit in the lobby. The teams definitely are getting ready for a game. So we'll be quite interested to see what the draft adaptations will be from the teams. I'm pretty sure that Mayev is gonna get banned out.
Yeah, I would be surprised to see if the Mayev gets let through again. But it is Cursed Hollow, so it's a bit more of a macro map. But yes, I think the Mayev was definitely the sort of playmaker for them.
And yes, Jones is ready as well.
Yeah, it looks like both teams are ready, guys. So we'll be heading into this draft very shortly. This is our second semi-final of the day, and then the winner of this will be facing off against Quackamole, Quackamole, in the grand final, which will be a best of 5 as well. But let's head into the draft of this semi. So Yash, besides the Mayor pick, ban or pick, are we going to see? Oh yeah, of course you've mentioned a few times now that they've got a secret strat. I want to know what the secret is. Okay, it's bothering me that you're not telling us. You're holding us to
Uh,
ransom here.
I'm just gonna tell you right now, the secret is not related to the draft at all. So
Oh, okay. I'm
let's
disappointed. I was
keep you
expecting
waiting a
something.
little bit more.
I even searched their picks to see if they played Morales, if it's going to be like a Juice Pirates, whether they're going to TLV. Well, and now I'm sorely disappointed. However,
No, the Yan TBL. Why do you think about just pirates? The Yan TBL.
true.
Anyway, we do have the EDC being banned out.
Yeah, not surprising there. I think the mosh pits from Norak pretty much carried the game for them.
And the Anduin as a response. It's like, I can't catch a break. He either is picked or is banned. He has a lot of popularity, and thanks to the trait, I would assume, thanks to the light bomb engages as well, which can be devastating if used properly. I think that will be a Cassia ban because I know how much Just Cause likes their Cassias, but could also be something into the case of Imperius or Deckard.
It's going to be the Rhaegar, so they are going to leave Cassia open, but it is first pick for Britwing. So Just Cause might ban out the Cassia here. You'd expect it to, probably. There again, we see the Anduin ban out 15 wins across 15 games for Britwing so far. Jones, an absolute god on the hero, it seems, in Division 6.
Interesting. And Division 6, you would expect Division 6 to provide a better batch of teams, judging by the sheer size of the division. Division 6 having 32 teams, while Division 7 had 16 in the end. And that's going to be a first pick Leoric after Cassia is getting banned out by
Yeah,
G.
but you have left the Imperius open, and we know how much Just Cause do like their Imperius, with Earl Grey very much favouring the Imperius. So I wonder if we'll see the Imperius opening now, or they're going to save it for later. And no, it's going to be saved for later. It's the Deckard and Johanna.
And Beehive forgot to ban Deckard versus Just Cause, and we saw how that turned out. Malfurion picked up by the Brits as yeah, Johanna going to show up in draft as well. Just a solid thing. I don't think anyone is averse to the
Ooh,
Johanna. And that's in the Nubark on the left, huh?
that's the beetle. We got the bug. Now, the only
It's a-
thing about a Nubrak that I'm not a. He just feels squishy, right? But if you get a nice engage, and paired with Malfurion particularly, I think it's a very nice CC chain combo. You know, get the stun engaged by a Nubrak, the root to follow it up, and tomb perhaps on top of it, or entomb to engage. There's lots you can pop off here. We do see an
and
Orphea
that's
ban.
Orphea ban because Eternal Feast combos are actually quite popular in the Rare Cup, funnily enough, and they
Eternal
are quite
Feast.
devastating at
That's
times.
the ult that just goes on forever, right? Not the
Yes,
yeah, not the
not the
normal.
crushing
Okay,
toss.
okay, okay.
But yeah, a Nubarak might be squishy, but does it even matter if you are squishy if you are blowing up the opponents and not the other way around?
So I'm curious. Is it going to be the Imperius or the Greymane ban? And it's going to be the Imperius ban. So I wonder if we'll see Greymane picked up. It was banned out in the first game against them. They played it 6 times, 100% win rate on the side of Just Cause. But Yosh, you've cast this team quite a few times, right?
I believe I have casted all of the teams that are taking part in the playoffs, but I have casted a lot of teams a lot of times, so I don't quite remember about
Okay.
what the teams are playing.
But we do see Lenara being picked up now. This was banned out against them first rotation in the first game as well. They do favour Lenara quite heavily. They picked it 12 times and it's been banned against them 12 times because they have a 91% win rate on this hero. And
Yeah,
Arthas, they've won 100% of their games, 11 picks, 11 wins.
Lunara, funnily enough, is not exactly heroes that associates with Just Cause for me because I know them for playing Castellar, I know them for playing very, very aggressively in the engages, and Lunara doesn't seem that aggressive. Ooh, that's Valera. But it is rather annoying, rather pokey, and does work well with what Just Cause are doing. And Arthas is just a comfortable second pick for Earl Grey, who is a known Imperious one trick.
Yeah.
Valera on the left.
Yeah, Valera's one of those heroes where you just sometimes you don't know how to deal with it. You know, she can sort of melt tanks, and if she lands a good sign, especially with the Tassadar damage on top of it onto Lunara, right? I think Lunara's going to go bye bye.
And
But
that's a piece
guys,
on Ballistic.
that's
I
that's
think
our
that's a scout.
draft. So get your bets in now because it will be closing once the game has started. So make sure to finalize all your bets now, please. But Yosh, draft wise, which team has it?
Well, if we're playing quick match and not Storm League and not Heroes Launch, definitely the Valera has got it. Because every single quick match I play against the Valera just obliterates everything on the map. But we are playing in launch, and Just Cause have got their Deckard, so I'm just gonna go Just Cause on this one.
Yeah, I think Just Cause have got a nice draft for them, right? They've got their Lunara, they've got their 100% win rate Arthas. But do you know what? I think Britwing stepped up in game one. I think a lot of people counted them out. I
Hmm.
feel like Britwing could take this one, and I'm gonna hope that we end up with the best. We hope with a that we end up in a final frame anyway. But let's introduce the teams.
Well, let's
So
hope that Britwing will be able to do it. Will be able to force a game 3 as they have Sanguinart playing Valera. Jones on Malfurion, Yambos 1300 on Anubrak, Barney XX playing the Leoric, and SMH on Tessadar.
and on the right hand side for Just Cause, we have Arthas, played by Earl Grey, Lunara by T Forever, Phoenix by Hedon, Deckard by Dusteris. Dusteris? It's German, I don't know. And then Johanna by Norak.
And yep, those are the teams, those are the picks. And there's only one way to find out which team will win this game by watching it. Not
Uh,
by looking at the result after the game is done.
I was
Don't
going to
even
say,
try about that.
you can do that, but no, obviously we want you all to watch this action-packed semi-final here. So a bit more of a cautious start than what we had on the Towers of Doom game. Towers of Doom game to start with just went sort of, it was like an ARAM brawl to begin with. But level ones, we do see Tassadar with that static charge, Valera going for the crippling poison, and Anubrak not going for globes, so it's going to be that spell armor, and obviously it does proc extremely well with the Lunara here.
Yep, definitely will work.
Phoenix going the Q though at one. Yeah, not
Some
sure.
attack damage from hitting the Q on heroes. And I don't know. I am not exactly an expert on Phoenix Towns, as I'm not an expert on anything at all in life. But yeah, 3 stacks already, not looking too bad as of now. And Valera
We
is
do see
gonna be
Valera coming
almost in
down.
your face,
Yeah.
so it's actually kind of easy to get the stacks off of it.
So Lunara opting to take the easy camp. Obviously, the tribute is bot lane, so you're going to want to see the blue team try and time their easy camp and push from the top side. But we are going to see them taking their hard camp here.
Well, you need to take the easy camp to split the attention of the enemy team, but hard camp is fair play because mid lane is not exactly that far off either top lane or bot lane, so you can just take it early and just try and get some damage in with it. Malfurion once again leaving the match. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
No, but Malfurion has rejoined the game, so it looks like our tech issues will be sorted out. Hopefully Britwing can see off the game without any restarts or anything. Now, hard camp going to be pushed in this mid lane. Bot camp, Phoenix just pushing out the wave. Obviously, Valera doesn't have the greatest of wave clear. She's okay, but nothing really extensive. And we do see Tassadar coming down here. Valera with the silence, though, onto Phoenix here. And Phoenix loses only about a quarter of his health, right? Because he does get damage. But meanwhile, top lane, Arthas gets the 1v1 kill onto the Leoric here.
Well, sometimes Leoric gets the suck and sometimes Leoric sucks it himself. Well, Earl Grey is getting first blood in this game all by himself. I told you the guy can play offlane, it's just that he prefers not to, preferring to go with the foreman on an amazing adventure of killing everyone else.
Yeah, and we don't
That's
see the easy
forever.
cap being taken now for Britwing, which it would have been their ideal moment to cap it before this tribute's announced, because obviously it will push from a top lane, whilst everyone goes down to the bot lane to fight over this tribute. And the hard cap being taken now, perfect timing here for Just Cause. Is going to march down the mid lane, whilst they contest over this objective.
And the easy camp is not taken in any way, shape, or form by the side of Britwing, which is Somewhat unfortunate, Ruby hits for Dust Rise, providing a lot of heals on the ground for just cause. Ruby is one of the big reasons why you don't want to give Decker to this team, because their playstyle does work very well with that gem.
Yeah,
Because
it
you
looks
need
like
to
they're
go
going to
over
opt
it.
to give this one though. So they're going to give the first tribute over to Just Cause, uncontested. Obviously, they didn't want to lose too much structure damage from this mid camp.
And yeah, that's going to be a quick, cheeky first tribute. And you know, the earlier you take the tributes, the earlier you get the curse. And the earlier you get the curse, the more you win. Because the conversion from the first curse in Rare Cup is insane always. You get so much value out of it, and it's probably my favorite stat to bring up on casts. Usually, unfortunately, I forgot to look it up.
Yeah, so it looks like we're going to get sort of like a hybrid W build from Tassadar. Going Sonic Echo at 7 with Electric Fence at 4. So a few interesting talents.
And that's going to be a Wisp just showing the rotational Sanguinary because the level 1 is chosen. It will not stop the Valyria from going on top of Earl Grey, but will stop the Valyria from being sneaky doing it, which kinda is the point.
Yeah, meanwhile, Jones could be caught out here. The condemn from Malfurion, the condemn on Malfurion from the Johanna here. But meanwhile, Sanguinary goes in, trying to secure the kill onto Phoenix. Phoenix having to teleport away. Sanguinary doesn't quite get the kill there. But it looks like Sanguinary might get taken down, and Phoenix secures the kill. Not expecting the 1v1 though, as Johanna had to come down and save him.
Well, why would you try and fight 1v1 when you can win 3v1 instead?
It's honourable. It's honourable, Yash. You always respect the 1v1, okay?
Yeah, but do you want to be
it's a
honorable
rule.
or do you want to win the game and go to the final?
I don't know. I don't know. We do see Jones on the Malfurion and Sam H and Tastar coming down to the bot lane. No bosses being started yet, and we do see a little bit of rotation coming down from Just Cause here. Phoenix trying to cut them off.
Ooh, the teams can go for cheeky bosses at the start of the game, but I don't think either team actually has the setup for it.
Oh, Barney might get taken out here. The blind and Johanna comes up again. Norak, not respecting any 1v1s today, but making sure that he helps his team secure the kills and hopefully march on into the final.
I mean, to be fair, Earl Grey has proven that he can win a 1v1 versus Barney XX already, so do you really need to respect any further 1v1s after you have established that you can win those?
True, but camp timing is pretty good. We do see the top camp going to be marching on the top lane. Obviously, the tribute is in the top side as well. I mean, you see Phoenix, Decade, and Lenara rotating around. It's like a three-man squad at the moment, taking this camp. So this will be marching down in the bot lane, pushing whilst everyone's going to contest this tribute top. Level 10s are in for both teams, and it is no Syndragosa. I'm disappointed, but the Cocoon coming out onto Johanna here. The Stay a While and Listen, they're trying to zone out for a team. It's a big Stay a While and Listen. Sigurd in the backline gets focused here by the Phoenix. So much damage coming out there. Lenara goes in with a double hippity hop and takes down Malfurion. Meanwhile, Phoenix with the salvo though, trying to get more here. They want more. Norak trying to chase him down. Gets the slow. Lenara with the damage on top of it here. The route onto Tassadar. Tassadar gets taken down. It looks like Barney, the purple giant, might be next, being hunted down here by Phoenix. But actually, Sanguinid turns around on Valyria and gets the kill onto Johanna.
And that's
Gets a trade.
And here's the secret threat that I have been talking about. They are not gonna go for it. Okay. Just gonna be...
Did they just skip the fort? Just go for the keep, you mean?
Yes, they just go for the keep.
I mean, it's not... Yeah, it's...
Yeah, it is secret by the div 7 measures because...
Okay, fair enough. Okay, but we do see the bot fort being taken down, obviously, with the siege camp that they took earlier on, and now with the curse as well. We just want to see... Now, the red team, sometimes you can actually lose experience from a curse. I know it sounds weird to say, but it's because your minions just all sort of push up the experience, and if you don't collect it in the lane, then obviously you do miss out on that experience, and if you're the blue team, it's a good chance. But we do see commitment onto Earl Grey here. Norak coming down on the Johanna, trying to peel for him.
And you don't usually see that defending team during the curse just go on 5 men on one lane trying to kill the offlaner, but this time that's going to be exactly what happened, and this time around it will not work out for them. Not only they don't get the kill, but they lose the fort and lose the keep wall as well.
Yeah, they're losing their keep ball, and obviously now, typically you want to see the red team, but we do see an Entomb coming out here. The Entomb slightly missing onto Deckard Kane and Phoenix here, but
Just Rise was asleep once again. 3 people stunned, and that's going to be a follow-up. The Blast Shield, the Leaping Strikes will kill the Malfurion. The Cocoon will be there, but the Cocoon is broken, and Just Cause will not proceed to get more kills because they've already got the ones that matters, and they move for the boss.
yeah, and this boss is going to be marching down on an open keep, essentially. They're taking down the wall, they've prepped it, and they want to try and secure this keep with this boss. They might even go for a double boss play, perhaps, as well. Obviously, bot lane is pretty open as well. They did some damage to the keep wall. There's no fort in the way. So you could either go for the double boss play here, or just march down top lane with your boss.
Man, I like how Norak is playing at the moment. We do know that there is a Wisp anchoring for the side of Just Cause, checking all of the approaches, but so that allows Johanna to play aggressive. That allows Johanna to get some push in the mid lane, to get some damage, maybe even in the mid lane. But as of now, the boss up top is taken. Just Cause are already scouting out the second boss on the map, which boss to boss always powerful. And let's see if they will actually go for it.
So, little tip for Lunara players, by the way, any of you in chat. Obviously, when you get your level 13, the Greater Spell Shield, it will automatically be activated, but you want to make sure that you disable it so you can activate it when you need. Otherwise, when you need it in the team fight, it'll not be there to help you, and you don't get any value from your 13 talent. So, a little awareness there. But we do see the double boss play, Yosh, that we mentioned. So, they are going to go down to the spot keep. And you expect them to try and push this, right? But there's no talent tier advantage. So they might even opt to retreat, set up some camps, and then contest the tribute.
I mean, there is a kill advantage, however, 6-1, and that will put some ideas into the head of Just Cause, probably just trying to go and get the fight and win the fight, because you win the fight. You always win the fights, right? Why would you lose a fight? Which would be a little bit of a mistake sometimes, but this case, I think just poking around would be a nice idea in of itself. But however, we do have Sanguinar going in for T forever, and the defensive Entomb here from Barney XX disengaging for his Valeera. Not often you see the defensive Entombs, right?
No, typically only when you've misplaced them, they end up becoming defensive. But we do see Just Cause taking their tribute again so far. They've had 100% cap rate on these tributes. Not a single tribute for Britwing so far.
And you know, that's not a stat you like to see on the map, because fortunately that does mean that you are slacking a little bit, and that also does mean that Just Cause have Curse as their topmost priority, and you know how their priorities might sometimes work against them, as we have seen.
Also, I feel like you mentioned about the flavor of Div 7 and 6 as being the Imperious, right? For me, I feel like the flavor has been AA Leorix.
Ooh, that's interesting, but not quite sure about that. I don't see the Leorix that often as the Imperious. I have seen lots of different sorts of Imperious.
Meanwhile, they're trying to get the interrupt here onto Johanna. The CC train coming out here. The Unstoppable coming down. The stay a while and listen, though. Catching 3 out. Norak falling extremely low. Doesn't have his Iron Skin now. Nubrak trying to go in aggressively onto Norak, but he is going to be healed up by the Deckard Kane potions coming out. Meanwhile, Nubrak turns around trying to get the stun chain onto Earl Grey. Does get rooted out. Sun Grenade on that Valeera needs to be careful. But meanwhile, Sam H on the Tassadar gets taken down by the double hop of Lunara. And the red team, there are more here. Johanna's full health. Ruby value, by the way, ancestral level healing on a 10-second cooldown, but the Lunara poison damage coming out. The Johanna slows on top of it here, and we just see T Forever running Jones down, and he gets taken down. Looks like Barney, the dinosaur that everyone loves, is going to get taken down as well.
And of course, it is a 4-man sleep by Deckard. It's Just Cause. What else are you expecting? That's right, with another amazing ultimate, proving once again why you need to actually get the old man on the bench to get some rest. And going for the keep, because Victor goes to spoils, and the enemy team is not exactly able to defend this.
Yep, so they secure their first keep of the game. We're 13 minutes in, level 17 v 15, 9 kills to 1. Just Cause seem to be dominating on Cursed Hollow in game number 2 here, map number 2.
And Britwing up against the wall, not exactly the showing you want in your elimination game, but unfortunately, sometimes the game does not care about your feelings, and well,
I
just
mean, it's not over yet though. They are going to get 16 here. It's an equal talent tier advantage. All their ultimates are going to be up. Archon up in 5 seconds. So this could be a nice fight for them. Grey not wanting to face check here, does get the root out. Johanna pops the Iron Skin early here. Blessed Shield used as well. The damage coming out, the cocoon coming out onto Johanna though. Meanwhile, the Stale One and Nissa gets interrupted actually by the Anubrak here. The red team all grouping up. We do see Phoenix with the ult. I can't remember what it's called. Valera with the unstoppable. They're trying to get peeled, but Lenara jumps over and gets the kill. The Stale One Nissa meanwhile comes down. Takes down Tassadar as well. Anubrak goes in, trying to help his team, but he gets taken down. It's Jones v Lenara. I don't think Jones wins these. The GGs are coming out already by the blue team.
And that fight was so equal until everyone on the left side just died. And just cause I don't think there are any objections to them winning this game on this curse, right? Because that's going to be a keep. That can even go a second.
They go
keep,
straight through to the core. And why not? You have the kills. You've got the curse on your side, and he's going to focus down this core. It's Leoric needs to get a 1v5 defense here, and he's dead. 1v5 defense, not quite there, but it's GG well played. Just Cause. Congratulations, and welcome to the grand final. It's an all Division 7 final, by the way.
Yep, indeed.
So guys, we have our grand final coming up shortly. We'll have to check in with the teams. I'm sure there'll be a small break, possibly. We'll just have to check and make sure both teams are happy, etc. But we cover off damage numbers very quickly. We see Phoenix top in the charts with 40,000. Tassadar second. Not a huge amounts of damage being put out in that game, right? But the quick team fights were all they needed to win that one. But commiserations to Britwing. They had a good run. They showed Division 6. They pushed Just Cause on that Towers of Doom game. And it was a very, very good game. Slightly less close of a game in Cursed Hollow, but well played to Britwing, and good luck to them next season.
Well, if it makes it feel better, Britwing have actually showed up better than Beehive against Just Cause. And Beehive were the teams that topped their division, so Britwing a lot of promise there. Well done. Unfortunately, the end of the road is here, and the finals, the Division 7 showdown of Guacamole versus Just Cause. Gonna be an interesting fight.
Yeah, but our Division 7. So this is the rear cap, right, guys, between Division 6 and Division 7. So the top 8 teams on both go into, which you should have watched on the draw show, go into various groups and they get pulled out, and obviously you have to play against them. But we have the grand final of Division 6 and 7 coming up on the channel, and it's going to be 2 Division 7 teams. It's Just Cause against Quack-a-Mole.
2 Division 7 I have casted in the quarterfinals, might I add?
Yeah, obviously, Quack-a-Mole, have they played Just Cause yet in the regular season? Because if they have, then they would have lost, because Just Cause is the only team in Lounge this season that that won every single game. But Quack-a-Mole looked to be a new team, and they did play Just Cause, actually, once in the regular season, and of course they did lose. They lost 2-0. So Quack-a-Mole out for revenge against Just Cause here.
Which, not the best stat, but we did see Quack-a-Mole also lose to Unleashed, and Quack-a-Mole definitely stepped up a lot since then. The improvement that they've shown has been rather fascinating, and I am quite grateful that I got to cast all of their games in the Rare Cup so far, missing only on the finals. It will be quite interesting to see how this will go, and best of luck to them, the underdogs in this matchup, which I definitely will be rooting for.
Yeah, so we just need to find out from both our final teams if we're going to a small break or not. But guys, obviously, this isn't over for Heroes Lounge today. There's still the grand final coming up, and then tomorrow we have the conclusion of our divisions 4 and 5. It's the Epic Cup, and then of course next weekend There's the Legendary Cup, which is Divisions 2 and 3 on the Saturday.
It's gonna be Legend. Wait for it, Derry.
Legend, wait for it, Derry. I like the reference. How I Met Your Mother. What a brilliant show that is. And then on the Sunday, it's the conclusion. It's the pinnacle. It's Division 1. It's the Mythic Championship Cup. So lots of Heroes Lounge action, etc., coming in for you guys. But if you don't know what Heroes Lounge is, !Discord will take you to the Discord and check out their website. This is an amateur Heroes Lounge competitive.
And the sign-ups are open for next season, so please participate if you want to. If you don't, there will be a lot of guests provided throughout the next season if you like watching competitive pods.
Yep, absolutely here. So guys, I feel like we need a 5-minute break just to refresh, and hopefully when we come back, we'll have the grand final for you between Just Cause and Quack-a-Mole. Yosh, any final thoughts before we head into our 5-minute break?
Well, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a Division 7 winner, which I can't be more happy about. And I'm just hoping it will be a very, very solid showing up from both sides. Will the moles be quacked? I don't know. For what reason will they be quacked? Just cause. Have fun out there, guys. It is mandatory after all.
Anyway, we'll be right back, guys. Don't go anywhere.
The offlaner. And the fight continues out of the fray on the Odin.
Yeah, Mal'Ganis steps up, tries to find the swipes, catches onto the Odin here. Cleanse used from Rhaegar onto his corp. So Tigers will be able to step back, but steps back forwards, wants to put damage onto Irel, who has no ult available. ETC still thinking about that mosh pit, but falling a little bit too low to go for it. Greymin starts to chase. Ming.
From the orange, and the engage continues. The engage continues. Quack-a-Mole are ballsy. They are going in, and a little audaciousness goes a long way. You do is moving forward. The gust will be there, but the Haka moving on top of the capture circle, saving the boss for Unleashed. Bob Fettonin falling quite low, as well as Wave and I. Bob Fettonin actually blown up, and that secures the boss for Unleashed. The